And the home of the brave. We obviously have an overflow crowd today, and we're actually happy to have that because the ability to bring American Jews together in the seat of our government to celebrate Jewish American Heritage Month is a great thing. So thank you all for coming.
Alan Rothenberg's own personal rabbi and Senator Bob Casey.
But I've known Alan for so many years. I've known him in his capacity as a litigator, as an advocate for people who need a voice. I've also known him in his capacity as a father and part of the leader of his family, but also I've come to know him as someone who cares deeply about faith.
It's wonderful for all of us who are in leadership in Congress to know that we have our allies in Israel who we can rely on. So thank you very much for what you do to support Jewish Americans and the American-Israeli relationship. Now, I have the honor of giving one of the awards today to Rabbi Eli Abadi. Under the spiritual leadership of Rabbi Eli Abadi, the synagogue has flourished and has become home to the Sephardic community of New York's Upper East Side and to visitors from around the world.
Thank you for choosing Congregation Edmund J. Safra and our honorees to receive this honor on behalf of the Sephardic Jewish community. May our country continue to be a beacon of freedom to all oppressed people, and may it always be a shining example of hope, opportunity, and a peaceful nation for all. Thank you.
Interestingly, Mr. Rothenberg and Mrs. Rothenberg have been married for 50 years. Am I right? 50 years. And only Alan Rothenberg can describe marriage to you in that great legal fashion. In constitutional terms, Alan will tell you, marriage is defined as the loss of liberty in the pursuit of happiness. Mr. Alan Rothenberg.
How to be successful. You can wear a yarmulke. You can wear a yarmulke in your business. You can wear a yarmulke in court. And tell you the truth, we get greater respect than other attorneys who want to be, like someone else. We'll eat the unkosher food. We'll go to your whatever it is. We don't do it. And we get the respect, but there's a concomitant burden, and the concomitant burden that we tell everyone else when they get the position and when they have it, you have a burden. You better be honest, you better have integrity, and you better be not as good as anyone else. You better be better than everyone else.
And Rabbi Heschel, as many of you know, came from Poland and went to HUC, to the Hebrew Union College, in my state, in Cincinnati. He credits that year in Cincinnati as saving his life because he left Poland in time, and he was integrated into, in many ways, starting in Cincinnati, the U.S. Civil Rights Movement. It's my honor to introduce and to honor Daniel Kestenbaum. He's the founding director of Kestenbaum & Company, the New York-based boutique auction house dedicated to the sale of rare books.
I think Daniel reminds all of us through his work, we Jews don't throw away books. We bury them, we cherish them, but we don't throw them away, we don't discard them. And it takes a rare spirit to oversee rare manuscripts.
As Jews, our rise up the ladder of history must be in order to improve not only the lives of our own community, but also the communities of those who have not as yet been able to achieve as we have. I believe that the extraordinary broad spectrum achievements of the American Jewish community of today will continue to gain strength and success if they are in turn reflected in the communities that make up America as a whole.
I want to thank and congratulate Simcha for his commitment to public service. I feel very privileged and proud to be here today and to congratulate someone I know will accomplish many more things.
And every day, I don't need to remind myself how lucky I am that I don't have to forsake my tradition, my dress, my beliefs, my identity, my way of life, because after all, this is the United States of America. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
For me, growing up in Hawaii, of the Jewish faith, that's what it means to be of Jewish American heritage. It is to always fight for what is right, not what is easy.
Since this is Jewish American Heritage Month, We heard the Vice President, Joe Biden, say last night that Jewish values are America's values. And America adopted Jewish values as opposed to Jews adopting American values at the founding of this great nation.
I just want to take a moment and recognize and celebrate with you Jewish Heritage Month, which is a time to, again, recognize the incredible traditions and contributions of the Jewish community to this country.
And we've provided help to thousands of people, most significantly through Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz's support. We've provided services to teachers and mental health professionals who can then provide those services to thousands of other students and parents. So it's an opportunity for us to thank you. It's an opportunity for us, for you to meet Harvey and Gloria Cayley, who are benefactors of Camp Cayley, a camp for kids with disabilities, a camp for typical kids, children of all abilities.
In 2005, members of the Jewish community in South Florida came to me and asked me to sponsor legislation that urged the President to proclaim Jewish American Heritage Month each May, which President Bush initially did in 2006, and President Obama has done subsequently. Also, thank you, Ezra, for your commitment, your personal commitment, and to all of your staff for the tremendous effort that goes into making this event possible every year.
The effectiveness of the camp is illustrated by this story. There was one girl who became very friendly with the lifeguard. At the end of the season, she told the lifeguard, "I have a secret, but please don't tell anybody." And the lifeguard said, "Okay, I won't say. What is your secret?" She said, "I have Down syndrome, but no one here knows it." And that is the epitome of what the camp stands for, where kids with disabilities are not different. They realize, and kids without disabilities realize everyone is the same.
How many of you in this room have watched Saturday Night Live? All right. Well, you should know that thanks to Senator Franken, that show always aired after Shabbos, so you could watch it. So I want to thank you for your great contribution to American Jewish life.
There's all kinds of things to celebrate during Jewish Heritage Month. There's also all kinds of things to remember. My parents also, giving me laughter, told me to remember. And I grew up in the wake of the Holocaust.
The first thing I did when I got to my office here in Washington was put a mezuzah on my door. That wasn't a question, that was who I am.
It is my privilege to serve as chair of Jewish American Heritage Month Foundation. The purpose of Jewish American Heritage Month was seen in this room, honoring the contributions of American Jews to every aspect of our lives in the United States.